Seems that it's the battle of the third-party movie hot rod toys. What do I mean by that exactly? So, a couple of months ago, we talked about, I think it was called TFEVO, which was the TE-01 Hot Fire, the last night masterpiece style movie hot rod. And we looked at it, we gave it an overview, looked pretty awesome. Definitely a step above of what Hasbro put out with their deluxe product.
Right.
And we were pretty excited. We thought that was it. We'll look forward to when this gets released and everything, and that'll be our go-to for movie hot rod. It'll probably be the best one. Well, seems I'm wrong, and it looks like something even better came around, at least in my opinion. DX9 Cross Uniquetoys K3 La Hire. And for people who don't know what it's French for La Hire, which La Hire was actually the French army back in the day. We're called La Hire. Um, that's like what a weird name to use for it, but I guess I understand what they're trying to get at here. It's
Well,
a
I would assume it's kind of playing off the type of unit that Hot Rod's supposed to be, which is was it not chivalry. What was it called again?
well, they're knights, you
Like
know,
yeah, I think it's
or
kind of like playing off of that
cavaliers.
maybe. Yeah, Cavaliers. I think that's
So
what's trying to
that's
play off of.
probably what they're trying to play up here. So DX9 is doing their own version of a masterpiece scale hot rod, and they released a whole bunch of images. And honestly, if this looks the way it's going to look, this one looks way better than what TFEVO is planning to put out. And what's also interesting about their release too is according to their images that they put out here, they said that if you book in advance, I guess that's their way of saying pre-order. If you pre-order in advance, you're also going to get some flame accessories to attach to your guns that are going to come with the hot rod. Because hot rod comes with his energy weapon and his submachine gun. The energy weapon's obviously that time gun, if you will,
Mhm.
and his machine gun. If you pre-order, you're going to get the energy pieces that go on the end of those guns to create that simulated shooting effect. But you also get, and this is kind of going to be a deal breaker with a lot of people, you're also going to get a Vivian figure and the Merlin staff that she could hold. And this masterpiece scale is done very similar to that of, let's say, the Human Alliance stuff, where it does have a functioning cockpit that you could put the Vivian figure in and everything too, and she could drive in there. And this thing looks fantastic. Very fantastic. It's almost too good to be true because a lot of times when they have those internal cockpits, sometimes a lot of stuff is sacrificed in order to achieve that.
Yeah.
Lord knows the entire Human Alliance line was a good example of that. Same thing with the alternators. There always had to be a good block of the body that had to be dedicated to that, or a car seat hanging off of an arm. But I mean, if these images are any indication, it looks great. According to the description here, it says it's made with many alloy parts. Again, the translation here, I'm assuming there's metal on this. Um, it says that the car spoiler could be adjusted up and down because again, those Lambos, when they hit a certain speed, the spoiler comes up
Hmm.
where it's normally tucked away otherwise.
Yeah.
Um, it says the waist itself, because it has a lot of detailing of like tubing. The waist itself has rubber tubing for the rubber detail of the waist.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's why there's a lot more, it seems, going on with this one. A lot more in terms of like the what truly is like a masterpiece budget. Where again, I don't want to knock the TF Hot Fire one that we looked at previously, but the other one looks like it's more just the straight up figure, comes with one gun, and is pretty cut and dry with the transformation. It looks good. Like if all we got was this one, I wouldn't have had a problem with it. But now we're being shown something that's even better.
Right.
That has even more that has even more effort. And I don't know, maybe it's just the images with the DX9 one. I kind of like how the face looks better on this one. It seems like it's more like how it looked in the movie, but maybe it's also because these are more photoshopped kind of CG images.
Yeah. Exactly.
So it's hard to say right now, but I mean this I'm really excited about this. The only thing we don't know, and I kind of looked around as of this post, I can't seem to find a price right now.
Right.
Some people are speculating easily $100. I think it's going to probably be more than that,
Because
especially if it
it's
has.
coming with rubber.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like with the rubber, and if it does come with the extra accessories, I think it's going to definitely be more than $100. But I mean, I'm looking forward to it. It says here coming the middle of 2018, so right in time for TFCon, which is perfect. As opposed to their rival uh, company, this TFEVO TE-01. I'm going to try to post. I'm going to try to post images of both Five Space with the thumbnail to show side by side here. But I mean, it's the same thing. This one also is planning to come out in mid 2018, so it's going to be the battle of the hot rods.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting that two companies are attempting this. Makes me wonder, is Hasbro doing something? And the
Yeah,
Studio
the
series,
way it usually goes.
Studio series has something that's in the works that we're not aware of yet. I mean, who knows? I mean, look, we already have a whole bunch of MPM masterpieces,
Yeah,
coming
got the
down the
barricade
pipes.
on the way.
I wouldn't be surprised if this is an indication. But I mean, this looks great. And again, the inclusion of a human figure, that's always a selling point with me because considering how much the humans are featured in these damn Transformer movies, it's funny how little they actually get
Figure-wise.
toy merchandise or anything of that manner. It's crazy, really. And it's funny, like, someone like Shia that was in like 3 movies, or 3.5 if you want to count his cameo.
Oh, 4, no?
No, it's 3.5. The fourth
He
one
was-
was now. The fourth one
1, 2,
was Marky Mark.
Oh, yeah,
that
that's when
point.
he came in. Okay, yeah, you're right, you're right.
So then he had his little cameo in the 5th one.
Yeah.
Spoiler, everybody. The point is that I find it funny how you had someone like Shia that was just the star of these movies, and yet he got, I think, like less than 5 figures, and you're talking like repaints of this little Human Alliance figure over and over.
Right.
So it's kind of silly. No, and they also did what are they called, the movie scene box sets where they had these static figures too, and I think there was a robot hero also of Shia running with a Allspark cube. But the point is that someone like him had like barely 5-6 figures, and then someone like Jazz, who died in the first movie, had like 20. And had all the engineering. So, and I understand, yeah, humans are not as interesting and stuff, but I always found that fascinating how these main characters and these focus of screen time on the movie had little to no figures.
You're supposed to experience the movie through them because they're human characters, and then when he was like, okay, what toy version do I get? Wait, there's nothing here.
Well, like I remember, like we got the one Megan Fox articulated figure that came with. I believe it was Skids. I'm looking at her right now, but I don't have her posed with the figure. I think it was Skids she came with. And it's the same thing. And then she had like the one little unarticulated PVC figure in a little box set where she's holding a chainsaw that she was going to use on Frenzy. In that one scene. It's funny how little the human characters got. So again, something like this, a decent articulation, the basic articulation, something that Funko or Super 7 would have made, where it's the basic 3.25, Star Wars 1970s articulation. And it comes with the Merlin staff that she could hold too, so it's a nice bonus. And if it's painted nicely, that's even better in my opinion. So I'm excited about this. Do you think it's cool?
I think they're both pretty interesting, and they both have something that I like on one of them and not the other.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm noticing the TFEVO one. I'm looking at the, I guess the actual model. It's painted and everything. It seems like its right forearm has a forearm swivel. Like there's like a break in the forearm.
Okay, yeah.
Or it looks like it. I could be completely wrong. It's probably the shot. Because I'm looking at the opposite arm and it doesn't look like it has it. So it could be just the way it's shot. But I like the legs more. I like how the legs look, how they're plated on. And they kind of look a little bit thinner compared to the DX9 one, where it looks like there's some kind of piece that flips over.
Well, yeah, especially
where the knee is, it looks like it flips over. It looks a little bit chunkier.
Between
the two, stability.
Between the two, the Evo version, which is more like sleeker and everything, I think that also might be attributed to the fact that it's probably not going to have a cockpit.
Okay, yeah,
So
probably.
I think that there's going to be some kind of compression and some kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Some kind of uh, parts are going to have to go somewhere with the kibble in
Yeah.
order to achieve that.
And it seems like it's all in the back for
Oh, it's
that
going to
one.
totally be all in the back, yeah. So,
Like
but I
if there
mean,
is an image of it, there is an image on the back, and it seems like the doors are way bigger on the Evo one compared to the DX9 one.
yeah. And where the DX9 one, we kind of have a little bit of an image of how it looks on the back, but it's kind of faded, so it's
Yeah.
hard to tell. But it probably looks like that's where all the car inner stuff, the
hmm
doors and everything, and the seats are probably going to really have to find its place. We don't have like a
Um,
super great image, but we'll definitely, when more images come up of this, if we learn something new, we'll definitely talk about it.